Morning, everyone. Today we have a number of saints who we give recognition to, but there are two that I wanted to focus on in particular, and that is Saint John Fisher and Saint Thomas More, who lived around about the same time and under the tyranny of King Henry VIII. Thomas More was in fact a close ally of Henry VIII at one stage, but then stood up against him and unfortunately lost his head in the process, as did John Fisher. These are men who during times of oppression, when the church was going through so much challenge, particularly in England, where Henry VIII was saying, you need to give up your support of the papal church and support the church that I have invented or have introduced. And they're not prepared to go along with that because they knew that there was something entirely wrong and selfish about it. So to have a man like Henry VIII who was threatening you in a situation like that would be quite tricky. Nevertheless, they didn't, and as with a number of people who are clergy members at that time, they lost their lives as a result. The gospel that we have today is the Lord's Prayer. And we all know the Lord's Prayer, but we're told by Jesus that when you pray, do not babble. Do not babble. Don't just rattle it all off. And I think I've mentioned this to you before. Sometimes as Catholics, we get into that routine because we know our prayers, we know the formulas that we're required to use, and we tend to rattle them all off. But do we just stop and think about what it is that we are praying? And are we praying with our heads, or are we praying with our hearts? And if we're praying with our hearts, there's no way that we'll babble, because there's an intensity and an intimacy that goes with prayer. So let's rejoice in the fact that the Lord has given us this beautiful prayer to pray, but pray it with a renewed enthusiasm. So you keep yourself safe, and we'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.